Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 3 of the Closed School Startup Camp at Drexel University's Charles D. Closed School of Entrepreneurship. And I am really excited to have you here today. As you know, we've been having guest speakers every single day, but today is going to be just as amazing. I'm really happy to introduce to you Miss Rebecca Lee. She's a great friend and colleague and an awesome person to be connected to. So without further ado, here is Rebecca Lee. She is a middle school education major at Temple University and the co-founder of Just Be Books, a startup founded at Drexel University with Paris Graham. Just Be Books
Ah,
is a startup.
oh, sorry. Keep
Hey.
going.
Just Be Books is a startup creating educational products focusing on children's book series designed to open up the conversation about mental health from a very young age. This is really important work. Rebecca is a published author and illustrator, and she does work in photography and commissioned art. She's very passionate, very talented, and really cares deeply about providing quality and accessible education to all children from all backgrounds, from all walks of life. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Ms. Rebecca Lee.
Hi, thank you. So I am going to use some slides today. I will try my best to not let them control me.
You're good.
So will I be able to share my screen?
Absolutely.
I think so. Yeah, here we go.
It
Let's
should be right in
see.
between chat.
Yeah, let's see.
And if you have audio, you just want to check like both of the boxes up.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Can you guys all see that?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. Where is... I never present on this. Here we go. Okay, so also let me know if my internet is a little choppy. It was this morning on another call. So like Roger said, thank you for having me. I'm Rebecca Lee, and I'm the co-founder of Just Be Books, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about my entrepreneurial journey. So my entrepreneurial journey started when I was 11. This was my first startup. We were called Full Face Designs, and we were a face painting company. Our slogan was "Where you can be anything." We had an amazing website, obviously. That design was done by me. That website is still up right now. You can go to fullfacedesigns.websites.com. And I never called myself an entrepreneur. No one ever called me an entrepreneur. No one said that I had a startup. Entrepreneur was a far off word for me. It was men in suits in San Francisco or New York that I never wanted to be and never thought I could be. And then fast forward about 8 years, and this is my co-founder currently, Paris Graham. She is my co-founder of Just Be Books, and I met her in November of 2018 at Startup Fest, which is a competition at Drexel where you can pitch and win money for your company. And she had a lot done by the time that I met her. She had a book written, illustrated, and the copyright process was already going, which was awesome. And she was looking for a teacher partner. She was looking for someone to come in and just build some lesson plans, but things ended up differently. I came in and I had a lot of background in education because that's my major. And I've done Sunday school my whole life, and I've taught Sunday school, and I've just had a lot of experience with kids and reading children's books. And that wasn't really Paris's background. Her background was more in entrepreneurship and marketing. And so I brought a different viewpoint and a different lens to the table. And she really respected that, which was amazing and humble of her. And so I saw some things in the book that I thought we could make better together. I really vibed well with her. We got along really well together. So we decided to revamp the book and to kind of start from scratch. On this day, she also won the $500 idea pitch at the startup competition, and she also got the $15,000 entrepreneurship co-op from Drexel, where they fund your venture. So once we came together, we came up with some goals for the company. So our goals are to open up the conversation about mental health and provide affordable mental health education tools to teachers, clinicians, parents, and children. So this is our little model, Emma. She tests all of our products, and her mom is great, and you'll see her in all of our social media posts. But it was important to have these goals from the beginning. So whenever we were making a product, or because we make coloring pages and worksheets and other things other than the children's book series, it was important to come back to these goals and make sure that we were aligning with them. So this is the difference between the first book and the second book, or the first version of the first book and the second version of the first book. This first book was done by a graphic designer, and it's beautiful artwork, beautiful story, but it wasn't right for kids. The artwork was more graphic designy, wasn't as bright colors, and I came in with, not saying that I was in any way a better artist than that, but I came in with more knowledge about children's books. And I kind of redid the illustrations to make it more colorful. And I'm still learning. I'm illustrating the second book as well. And it looks so different than the first one because we got so much great feedback. So we're all growing, we're all learning. This is all a growing process. This is one of my favorite examples to show the difference between the first version and the second version. Spoiler alert, the apple does turn into a tree. And in the first book, it's kind of a scary process. If you think about it, the apple kind of has to decay a little bit to get to the seed to turn into a tree. So the way we did that in the second version, was kind of like a flower, kind of like it's shedding its petals and kind of growing, and more of a transformative process than a dying one. So that's just one example of how we changed the second version of the book. Another way we changed the second version of the book was to include standards. So we eventually want to sell the series to schools, and I'll talk a little bit more about that process later. But we, my apologies. But we included standards in the book. So like how you have science skills that you have to have done by 4th grade. You have social emotional learning skills that you have to have done by 4th grade, which is the category that we fulfill. So then we ran a Kickstarter in August of 2019, and we did it a little bit wrong, but we still were successful. Our goal was $3,000, and we exceeded that goal with $4,205 pledged, and we had 85 individual backers. So that's an example of you can mess up and then it still be considered successful. Basically, we had the different tiers it was supposed to build, but we had them sold as individual products. That's something to learn. But if you guys have any more questions about how to run a successful Kickstarter campaign or anything about crowdfunding, feel free to ask me at the end too. And we launched the website sales in November of 2019. Something that the Kickstarter helped us do together, was to kind of light a fire underneath us to get the project done. Because if we didn't have a deadline, it was very hard to find that motivation, because illustrating a book is hard, writing a book is hard, getting that editing process done is hard. And telling others and having us be held accountable by our peers, by our parents, by our network was extremely helpful. Because we put out the Kickstarter with just this cover done. The illustrations weren't finished, and not that I recommend that entirely, because it was a bit of a scramble to get the books out by December, but we did get them out by the due date that we set for ourselves. And then, like I said, we launched our website sales when we received the books in the mail in November of 2019. So we are planning on building out a book series. So these are the different topics for each book. So the first book was about sadness, and the second book that I'm writing right now is about anxiety. And the rest of the books are anger management, impulse control, empathy and coping skills, and self-value and coping skills. So for each book, we're addressing a feeling or a topic in mental health and how to deal with that feeling or that topic in mental health. And these are all child psychologist, parent, and teacher approved, meaning that we have done a ton of surveys and we'll continue to do surveys because this is a changing world. And we even considered, if we weren't so far into the anxiety book this summer, of pivoting in towards a direction of diversity and inclusion. And I think that's something that we need to definitely include and change this slide up a little bit, change the plan up, because we're realizing how little children's books there are about different races and about acceptance of different races. And that's something that we just have to pivot. And I'm glad that the internet is educating me so much about that. So these slides will definitely change, I think, over the next couple of years. So this is, you guys are getting a sneak peek of the second book. So like, as you can tell, this illustration is a little bit different than the first book. And this is Shirley, who was a silly squirrel who lived in a tree next to a river. And she has a lot of anxiety. And so we learned a lot from the first book, that Paris works a lot better in the marketing and business administrative side of things, and I work a lot better on the creative side of things in the illustrations and in the writing. And we had to split those roles up a little bit because the overlap caused a little bit of tension. It caused a little bit of like we were repeating tasks, and it took a little bit longer than we expected. So we're splitting it up this time, and I am doing the sole authorship and sole illustrating, and she is helping me promote the book and publish it. So like I said, in the end, our goal is to build out the series B2C, like use B2C to fund each of the individual books in the series, and then sell the series along with lesson plans as a program to schools. So this is where the large market comes in, is the 89,000 elementary schools and 8,300 practicing child and adolescent psychiatrists that we can sell to eventually once the series is built out. This is an example of all the organizations that we have been working with and have planned to work with before coronavirus happened. We're really excited about the Please Touch Museum one that was scheduled for March 27th. Obviously that didn't happen, but we still have stuff planned in the works with them. And we've also worked with the Girl Scouts. That's not on here. It's not updated yet. But we are really excited to be working with the Girl Scouts recently. And we are also in 2 different bookstores. We are focusing our efforts into schools because we really enjoy doing assemblies with them. So what we do is we go into schools and we have assemblies with them, and we give them the order forms, and we do activities with coping skills and yoga and breathing and exercises that the kids can do to practice healthy mental health tips. So the challenges with my entrepreneurial journey, working closely with someone on a creative project. I'm a very passionate person, and I really like getting things done, but I've realized I'm a little bit stubborn. And working creatively with someone really closely is really difficult for me. And Paris and I had to assign different roles and tasks, like I mentioned, to help there not be so much overlap. And that has worked out great for us. This summer we are killing it. Not we were killing it before, but I think this summer we're killing it even more because it's very clear what each of us are supposed to do, and we don't have to run it by each other every time. We can just take what we need and run with it. Having the confidence to just do something. When we decided that I was going to illustrate the book, it took me months to start. And I just needed to do it. And it sounds cheesy, and it sounds like the Nike, whatever, the symbol, but the slogan, but I just needed to do it. I just needed to get started. And it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It was still extremely challenging. I still regret some of the choices I made in the book, and I bet I'll regret some of the choices I make in the second book. But getting started is like the hardest step for me. That's why I admire you guys so much. I think it's super cool that you've found this passion for entrepreneurship so early in your life. And I just encourage you to not let how do I say it? The daunting task of just doing it stop you. And then other challenges include the adulting things that I never thought about dealing with, like taxes and equity and those types of things, which Drexel has been great. The Drexel Law Clinic has been great in helping us with those. And we are definitely going to hire an accountant because we don't know what we're doing. So for money and stuff like that, if you need to delegate, you can delegate. And then things that I've gotten to learn that I never thought I'd learn. I kind of came into college thinking I was going to be a teacher, and I am going to be a teacher, but I'm going to be so much more than that now. And how to write a children's book. I didn't know that I was ever going to learn how to do that. Illustrations, social media management. I've been learning so much about that through our social media. We've gained almost 70 followers within the last month because of just without paid ads. That's just me working with the hashtags. It's very simple, but it's very effective. Networking, didn't really know what that word meant coming into college. And you guys are getting an awesome network just coming to this course and this camp between Roger, myself, Krishna, and Adit, who's presenting tomorrow. Just everyone is super awesome. And then conflict management in the professional world. Because Paris is my best friend, but she's also my business partner. So we do have to deal with some conflict that arises. And just wanted to take a moment to just say thank you to Drexel for like their guidance and support. I don't even go to Drexel. I think you should go to Drexel. But I appreciate all that they've given to me and continue to give to me as I build out this company. And my advice to you is to take advantage of learning and networking opportunities. People want to help and teach you. People like me and like other entrepreneurs and like Roger, like everyone love what they do and want to share it with you. And if you want to do a thing, do that thing. It's not going to be perfect, and we're all learning and growing people. Give yourself grace. I don't love the first book anymore that I made. And that's okay because I'm making a second one and the second one's going to be better. And so I included the little Shia LaBeouf. The whole time I was making this presentation, I'm like, I feel like Shia LaBeouf. I'm just screaming, just do it at you guys. But if that's going to get across the message, then that's good. But that's all I've got for you guys. I wanted to save a lot of time for questions. I don't know if you guys are really talkative, but I can keep going. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you so much for sharing this class with me.
I love it. This is amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, quick question is, can you guys hear my fan? Is it too noisy?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I had it off forever. I'm like, it's time to put it on.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we always like to take this time for Q&A, and I always have a few for you guys, and I open it up for the students. So Rebecca, my first question for you is, what's been the most celebratory moment so far on your journey? And then to piggyback that, what's been the most devastating or the most challenging?
So the most celebratory, I would say, was getting the books in the mail. So we do all of the shipping ourselves because it's cheaper, and we don't want to go through Amazon. We only sell the books through our site, which I really like just because for like personal and political reasons. And we got the books in the mail. So we have 250 books just sitting in BIATA, which is the institute. And my partner, Paris, texted me, and I was at student teaching. And she texted me a video, and I was like, just open them. And she opened them up, and I was on my phone, and my teacher was like, Rebecca, you're never on your phone. Like, what's going on? And I was like, oh man, I wrote a book, and they're here. And he told me to get out of there. So my friend and I left early, and we drove to Drexel and saw the books. And that was just amazing to see something that we had worked on for almost a year, and Paris had worked on it for even longer. here and ready to give to the people who have been supporting us this whole time was really exciting, especially because we had so many people supporting us and so many parents and teachers saying they want this product, and to be able to finally deliver it was amazing. And yeah, it was very exciting. And then I guess the most challenging would be, I guess there's not a moment, but I remember when I took on the illustrations, that was a really hard thing for me to do, because Paris and I disagreed a lot on what style of illustrations to go with, and we ended up going with one that I didn't feel very strong in, and I like to feel very confident in the things that I'm doing. And there were a couple moments in the summer right before we launched the Kickstarter where I was like, I don't know Photoshop. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to put together a book that's going to look like a book. And I felt fake a lot of the time, because we were posting things on social media that felt more published and more polished than they were, and that was really scary for me. But I think everyone does that. But that was probably the most challenging part, and I've gotten over that a lot, especially with feeling more comfortable with this style of illustrations.
I think you do a great job. I think your work is great, and it makes a lot of sense for kids too. So I like that you said, yeah, that's the fit what you're doing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it could be challenging for sure, especially as artists. Like, I get it. Like, we're our own worst enemies, so everybody's like, this is good enough, and we're like, it's never good enough, you know?
Exactly.
So we have to just like condition ourselves to be like, it is good enough for now, you know? It's not perfect, that's okay. I love it. Another question I have, so what has the feedback been from parents and, you know, students and kids who read the books?
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, we've received a lot of "this is important." We've received a lot of "there's a misspelling of Albert on page 22," because there is. The main character's name is Albert, and but the feedback has been really awesome and really validating. We've gotten a lot of "let's help you more with the second book to make it even better," which is awesome. But the majority of the feedback has been positive, and a lot of "we need this," and that's really, really helpful to hear. That something that we're creating is needed in this world.
Oh, it is. I mean, I remember too, you know, like the dance school I teach at, you know, I use the book for like show and tell day, and like the kids, so it really resonates with all types of kids, like even if the ballet dancers. So it's
that's awesome.
I love it. What has been the biggest challenge with COVID specifically in this business? Because it has to be challenging, right? I mean, you went from being like a physical book provider to potentially digital. I mean, you know, so what are some of the challenges?
Yeah, so the big challenge was we were originally using our assemblies and what we were making from those to fund this next book print. And those assemblies, we had about 5 or 6 with those organizations that I had on the screen planned for March and April, and none of them happened. So we are still figuring out how to fund the next book print. We did get a really nice donation from one of Paris's mentors, just because yeah, we need to fund the book print, because we're printing so small. It's very expensive to do. Then because we're not working with like a larger marketing firm, and we're self-publishing, we're not selling as much as the normal book person would. But our goal is to just fund the series so we can eventually sell to schools. That's why our business model is a little bit different. So we are thinking of doing another Kickstarter, but this one not being actually giving away products, just one that is a crowdfunding source. And I think with the networking that we've built up over the past year and the contacts that we've made, I think we'll be able to meet a goal without giving away substantial products like the books or the plush toys like we did last time. So I think funding has been the biggest issue, just because we did miss out on a good chunk of money that was gonna keep us going in March and April. And then not being able to be with Paris Maybe that's a personal one, but I love her to death. She's my best friend in the world, and we work so well together in person, and it's been really hard not to see her. I think she's quarantining, and I'm gonna be, because she just got back from California, and then I've been really limiting the people I see for the next 2 weeks, and then we're gonna finally see each other. We haven't seen each other all summer. And we're gonna have a work day. So we just want to make sure we're all being safe and everything. But yeah, those are probably the biggest challenges.
Well, those are big ones, but I'm happy you're thinking that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard but necessary. Wow. I love it. Then were you guys considering like almost doing some digital books? Or
Yeah, we have a digital book on one website, but I've just been, my focus has been creating the second book, because my little due date is by the end of the summer. Which, I didn't mention this before, which we set a due date by the Kickstarter, by using Kickstarter, and then I've set a due date using the honors program at my college. I'm using it as an honors class, so my final project is the book. So it has to be done by the end of the summer, or I don't get credit for the class. So that's my own little deadline that I've set for myself.
that's the good one. I keep forgetting you're still in class too. I mean, you're doing a lot.
Yeah.
It's kind of like my next question too. It's just a good segue into it. Is for our young listeners in here, how do you maintain work-life balance in the midst of school and pandemics and family and relationships and all that other stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's different for everyone. I think once you get to college, you learn a lot about time management, because you have so much that is thrown at you, in amazing and good ways. It's amazing and amazing stress. But I like to chunk out my time, like today. So I'm working another job this summer, and I'm taking a class online. So today is just B day. I prepared for this presentation, I'm sketching after this, and I am emailing people. And then tomorrow I work for a company called Forward Educate. Tomorrow is Forward Educate day. I'm going into that office. And then on Friday, I'm doing classwork. So for me, I have to take it day by day, just because I don't work well saying like, okay, I'll do just B, and then I'll do forward, and then I'll send an email for this. And I can't do that. My brain it gets in one mode, and that's the mode for the day. So that's how I do it. But everyone has to chunk their time differently. I mean, if you can go back and forth, that's amazing, and props to you. But my brain just doesn't do that.
It's hard. Most don't. I mean, it's definitely for artists. We like to just focus when we can.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think all of our guest speakers had great insight on that for the students, just telling them to kind of keep things in perspective, and not to kind of lose who they are in the midst of trying to grow these awesome ventures,
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's helpful for me, for Paris and I, because we are a mental health company, that I mean, you've seen us in the office. We have our ukuleles there. We have a candle in there. I don't know if we're allowed to have a candle in there, but
Hey, Rebecca, I'm sorry, I think you're muted.
you can set your own boundaries. Oh no, is my internet unstable?
I'm sorry, no, it's back now. So you were muted for a minute. But
Oh no, yeah, my internet's unstable. But I was just saying, the best and worst thing about being an entrepreneur is that you're your own boss. So there's an accountability aspect in there, but there's also freedom, which is amazing. Yeah.
I love it. Well, so this is a good time for us to open up the floor for student questions.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Because it's kind of like a mantra that you should always continue your idea regardless of what's happening, but is there a time when you're doing your venture that that you realize that it's not plausible, or when should you realize that a business is not plausible or possible?
That's a really good question. Oh, there you go. Perfect. you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I want to make sure. I think when you see your market and your people stop responding to it. Like we have a strong like market testing where we have like a group of 5 or 6 kindergartners to 2nd graders and their parents that we talk to. And you just have to have like focus groups, at least it depends on what your product is, honestly. But people who you can trust to be honest with you. And when you see people stop responding to it and you don't think that you can edit it or change it in a way that people will change their mind and respond to it in response, and then it might be time to change your ideas. And I think mentors in the field are really important. Like we don't have anyone who's written a children's book, but we have teacher mentors and parent mentors, and then the mentors in BIATA, the space itself, who are in entrepreneurship, who we refer to a lot. I think using the wisdom around you is really important. I hope that answered your question.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, keep them coming, guys. Also, guys, if you could put on your screens would be great. So we're not just looking at blank Brady Bunch screens. Well, thank you. This is your time. Ask some questions. It could be anything about her journey or advice.
I don't know, let's see, what else do I do? I like photography, painting. I like to ski. Anyone have questions about skiing?
Anthony, you're an artist in here. You don't have any questions? I don't even know if he's there right now.
Oh, sorry, did someone say something?
Yeah, I'm wondering, hey, I just hopped on late. How do you might have already answered this, but how do you deal with the emotional aspect of taking on so many things? And how do you say no and respect your boundaries with that? I mean, that's something I deal with as someone who's wanting to do entrepreneurship. I'm sorry if you already answered that.
No, you're amazing. Thank you for joining. This is Paris,
Yeah.
everyone.
Hey.
She's my business partner.
We miss you.
Miss you guys too.
Okay, so to say no to things and to respect my boundaries. I think it's I talked a little bit about time management earlier, like chunking my time into different days of the week. And I mean, I honestly talk to you about it a lot. I talk to you a lot about, like, do you think I could handle this? Like, is this something that I should be able to take on? And I think referring to your peers is really cool because they can see how stressed out you are. Sometimes when you can't. And if you're overwhelmed, they can see it sometimes when you can't. And saying no to things, I think, is so important. And I think I look at it as, you're not saying no, you're putting it on like you're putting a pin in it. You're putting it on the back burner, because you will always have that connection in LinkedIn. You will always have that email address. You'll always have whatever it is, and you can always jump in on it. And if the time passes that project is done, then you can always start another one with that person or something. Like there's always opportunities to do something new. And if the timing isn't right and you're not in the right headspace for it, it's not going to get done well. So coming to that realization and accepting that is super important. Thank you for the question, Paris.
The answer is really helpful.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, I think over, like, in society, they just tell us to go, and like, entrepreneurs hustle, like, sleep when you're not here kind of thing. And no, you have to take care of yourself if you want a long, healthy, productive, happy life.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
I love this. Anthony, are you back yet? No?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if you're working with like a business partner and they don't share the same vision with you and you're like coming across problems, how do you come across that or agree on a solution?
That is an amazing question. And Paris, you can jump in if you would like to. I think, well, we ran into this a lot, and I'm trying to think exactly how we resolved it. I think that a lot of it is compromise. A lot of it is whiteboarding it out and doing pros and cons and having to look at it realistically. Because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Paris, we were both a little hesitant, but I think Paris was a little more hesitant of me illustrating the first book, just because I had never done it before, and I totally understand why we were both hesitant. But we laid out all the pros and cons, and it was, I don't know if we did it on the whiteboard. We do a lot of things on the whiteboard, but I'm not sure if we did this one on the whiteboard. But it made sense brand-wise, it made sense money-wise, it made sense all of these things. So maybe it was a compromise, but I think it was beneficial for the company. And you just have to both be honest with each other, I think. And it's, everyone says your co-founder relationship is the most important relationship in your life, like more than marriage. So you have to be really comfortable being honest with whoever your partner is, and being able to take constructive criticism is also really important. So your partner can feel like they can be honest with you. So basically anything that a marriage counselor would say applies. Paris, did you have anything to add or correct me on?
No, I think you said it all. And I know for me, since this, just be specifically out of all the awesome things you do, since that one specific part of that started from a passion project on my end, that was really scary. And I had to eat a lot of my pride in terms of having you step up into these great roles. So that's a growing piece for me as a growing human. That was kind of scary. And it still is sometimes, where it's like, oh, like, you know, it's putting trust. I think Rebecca and I are both, a lot of you guys probably can relate to this. We're both the type of people in middle school, high school, college, where we're the ones that end up being the group leader in a project just because no one else wants to do it. And you know you can do it fine, and you end up finishing the essay because everyone else just hasn't done it, and it's the day right before it's due. So Rebecca and I are both those types of people. So it's a little bit where it's like, oh, I know that I can do this, and I know that I'll reply to emails. I hope this other human replies quickly to stuff and does things. So it's a little bit of trust. And then also just, I got lucky meeting Rebecca, and you guys will find cool people to work with too. It's like, you just have to swallow your pride and just watch this other human fill in this role and like rise up next to you. And it's like, dang, this is awesome. It's so cool. There's so much beauty in that too, and letting someone else, she said that Just Be at one point was her baby. And that was so cool to hear, because it was like, oh, this is my baby too. Like, it's so cool. And then eventually Just Be fits Rebecca's career actually better than my long-term career. So it's something where eventually I feel like she's meant to take it on further past what I can do. So that's something too, where we got really honest with our goals and like, what is our career vision as these young people in their 20s. Actually Just Be is probably meant to be a part of my story, but it's supposed to be a bigger part of Rebecca's story. So.
Thank you, Paris.
I'm preaching it here. I love it. It's real though. It's yeah, I just love like seeing this, because I work with so many students, and I've seen some like okay partnerships with business and some terrible ones, and you guys are like really the standard though for just like embracing the differences, you know, and making it work. And I think when people do that more, then you realize like together you're just stronger, and like you don't need to be each other, and you don't need to, you know, just be somebody you're not. So I love seeing that. But I see a lot of these business partnerships where they all try to do the same exact thing, and then it's like, wait, but nobody's like hitting this stuff because you're all doing tasks over and over. This is great.
Thank you. Yeah.
I love it. Well, students, I would like you guys to actually introduce yourselves too. It probably would help Rebecca and Paris know who they're talking to, especially if you don't have a screen on. So we'll go right down the line and kind of introduce yourselves. Let's start with Aiden. You there, Aiden? Well, I think something's going on. Sorry, Aiden, we can't hear you, but we'll come back. Bridget.
Oh, hi, I'm Bridget. I'm going into senior year at Villa Maria Academy High School. And what else should I say?
That's good. I love it. Well, thank you for that. Karina.
Hi, I'm Karina. I'm a rising ninth grader at Cherry Hill East.
I was like you were gonna say more.
Well, it's like the Brady Bunch. It just keeps moving on my screen, but I think I see Hayden.
Hi, I'm Hayden. I go to Friend Select and I'm going into 10th grade.
Nice. Nicholas.
Hi, I'm Nicholas. I'm going to 9th grade at Stanford Online High School and Xavier Academy Online.
Gia.
Hi, my name is Gia, and I'm a rising ninth grader at Cherry Hill East.
Awesome. Caroline.
Hi, I'm Caroline. I'm a rising senior at Wissahickon High School. I also thought it was really interesting when you brought up you liked photography, because I really like photography as well.
Oh, yay! I'm so glad.
I love it. Cool. I see Brian. Okay.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm going into junior year at Morristown High School.
Tommy.
My name's Tommy. I'm going to senior year at Fieldston High School. You said you like skiing, right?
Heck yeah.
I've been skiing my whole life, but a couple years back I switched to snowboarding. But regardless, I love them both.
All right. Fair enough.
I love it. Gia.
I think I already went.
You did for some. I'm sorry, Gia, because your picture moved. I don't know. Cool. You're good.
Well, I'll just go again. I'm a rising ninth grader at Cherry Hill East.
Yeah. And Gia is one of 3, so they're triplets in this camp. And they're awesome. They already have a venture. They've had it for years. I mean, we have some really, really accomplished students here.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I bet it's just like full face design. My face painting company.
I love it. I see Hen Dog in the corner. Go ahead.
Sorry, actually, I have to switch my name every day. I'm Henry. I'm a rising senior at master's school in Dows Ferry, New York.
Awesome. Thank you, Matthew Tolan.
Yeah, Matt. I'm a rising senior at Montclair Kimberly Academy, and I also really like skiing.
Yeah, we got to talk about some skiing later.
Love it. Elliot.
Hi, I'm Elliot. I'm going into my senior year at Pelham High School. Yeah.
Awesome. Now Elliot G.
My name's Elliot. I'm going to be a junior at Clearview Regional High School.
Nice. Kira.
Hi, my name's Kira, and I'm a rising sophomore at East Chapel Hill High.
Nice. Zach.
I'm Zach. I'm going to be a rising senior at Friends School, Baltimore.
Awesome. Freya.
Hi, I'm Freya, and I'm going to be a rising ninth grader at Germantown Friends School.
Cool. Karina.
I think I already went.
Yeah, you did go. Sorry. I see Anthony. I think Anthony's still not back. So cool. So that's almost everybody, guys.
He wrote in chat. He said his mic's not working.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, Anthony. Cool. So this is everybody. So who wants to fill in Rebecca and Parrish just on what we've been doing at camp over the last few days?
So in the past couple of days, we've been going over how to create a basic business. So that includes like the ideation process. So like identifying a problem, then a solution, then your target audience, and then later doing a pitch. So now we're preparing. We're creating all our own ventures with a group of like 4 individuals. And hopefully on Friday we can have success. And we've all learned so much about the process, and we've had great input. And yeah.
Very good, Karina.
That's awesome.
Yes, this is like startup summer camp, so it's a little different from so in Paris last year you came and talked to Altamari camp, and that was more like college introductory and we're on campus and all that, but this is definitely like a 5-day challenge to launch something. So
that's so fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're teaching me everything. I'm learning a bunch. We even have like some financial wizards in here who were like schooling us on venture capital. So yeah, Nick was doing this thing. He was like definitely schooling me because I'm not a venture capitalist at all. You might have something to add. That's why you had your hand up.
And me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that what Karina was going to say, but I wasn't sure if I had to raise her hand or just start speaking, but sorry.
Oh, no.
Your name. I like Hen Dog.
I love it. Who wants to tell them about the speakers? Because we had 2 of them so far. You might have forgot some names. So remember we had Audit. Who remembers what he talked about?
He created this venture called Vive, and he was talking about how it grew, and then he started talking about how due to the coronavirus he started working on another one. I think it started with an L, I can't remember, but he kind of just told us about how he worked with his teammates and grew from his original startup and what inspired him.
Very good, Gia. You're spot on. And he's a PhD student now too, so he talked a lot about just work-life balance and how do you maintain a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's called Lula, Tommy. Very good. Awesome. And then who remembers what we talked about yesterday with Miss Krishna? You remember, Nick? Nicholas Liu, you there?
Krishna talked about how she her whole business venture and how from a young age she was interested in entrepreneurship, like a business kind to kids from all over the world.
Very good, Karina. You have an awesome memory. Yeah, so Krishna talked about just like doing global education. So she's kind of teaches entrepreneurship to teenagers, but it's more of a global perspective. So she's great. I got to come to her classroom virtually and stuff. She's awesome.
And she talked about how age, like everyone told her that she was too young because she had a lot of ideas in high school, but that you're never too young to start a business. And people always tell you that you have so many years, but it's better to get started now than waiting until you're in college or beyond, which was, I thought was really useful.
Absolutely, Henry. I couldn't agree more. This is great. Then we had an awesome talk today from Rebecca, so this is cool. And so I would love to use our remaining time together for each group to present what they're working on. But actually, before we do that, if not to put the Guptas on the spot, but can you guys actually talk about your venture outside of here, what you're doing?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. So I'll talk about the basic overview of our organization and they can talk about it. So basically, a couple years ago, we created this organization called Little Mentors on the basis of empowering children and creating a global network of local and international kids. And we can do this by a variety of mediums, one including Zoom calls or Skype calls, and also through videos where we share our hobbies and what we like to do. And what's unique about our whole organization is that we make mutual relationships. So we all get to learn in the process, and we all get to learn about these foreign cultures, foreign issues, and it's very interesting. And we also get to overall, we get to impart happiness on a broader level, which we all really love to do. Like we all get to have smiles on our faces, which include us and the other people. So yeah, great.
So to do this, we've contacted schools from all over the world. Like we have a school in India called the Rachna Montessori School, which we do like weekly calls with. We went to an orphanage when we went to Costa Rica, and we donated them art supplies that we collected here at our school. And we've hosted so many events, such as at the Ronald McDonald House, coding events at our local library. And we've hosted multiple book drives by working with another nonprofit called Book Smiles, which donates books to underserved children and ultimately giving them their own private library. Gia, do you want?
So we're a registered nonprofit organization. So we're a 501c3. And we recently were just published in our local newspaper. So we've been trying to grow from there, and we're beginning to create chapters within different places in the United States. And we're really just trying to empower and motivate while also creating friends with people instead of just giving materialistic things and trying to give smiles to people. So that's basically Little Mentors.
Yeah, so we can link the news story that came out like 2 days ago, and
Yeah, totally. I would love to check it out. That's super cool.
the best part of our organization is that, yeah, so basically the best thing about it is that kids get to run this organization, and we get to meet people in India, whatever, Costa Rica, and we get to learn about how their life is, their different lifestyle. And I think the best part overall is just to see the smiles on their kids' faces. So yeah, we'll link our website and everything.
Wow.
So thank you.
Can you mentor us? I love it. I'm just like so impressed that this is coming from our youth, you know? It's incredible. Wow. So thank you for sharing that, guys. So, yeah, I just wanted you to kind of hear what they're doing and stuff, but it's incredible. You know, they're like doing this for real outside of this camp. So it's been going on for a minute.
It's great.
Yeah, and everybody has like really amazing ideas here too. So on Monday we looked at different ideas that people are passionate about, and that was kind of their homework assignment. Kind of like identify a problem, come up with a solution, and then ideate from there. So then I listened to them yesterday, and then kind of combined them in like groups, and we end up getting 5 different groups put together. So if we could use this time for every group to kind of present their ideas and then get some feedback from Rebecca and or Paris while they're here. Start with Henry's group.
So, okay, so we're talking the other idea. So wait, Henry, do you want to go?
Yeah, sure. So we were able to combine. So originally, for the first day, we each had to come up with our own individual idea. And our group, we were able to mix all our ideas. So we want to come up with we've in the process of coming up with a platform where young entrepreneurs can meet each other. And it's going to be an app where you can either support your own venture, support another venture, or pitch your own. You'll have like your own profile, and you'll be able to have different medium of pitching your venture, and people can support your venture, and then for a fee, people can connect with you. So my personal idea was going to be peer tutoring, an online tutoring service, and we incorporated that because we're going to have, in order to connect with another entrepreneur, as I said, you have to pay, but they'll be able to help you grow your venture. And that's kind of the gist of it. And we're in the process of putting together an app and working out how much we would charge each month. And I think Karina and Armand can expand on it if there's anything that I missed, but that's the gist of it.
Yeah, so he basically went over it pretty well, but I'll just give the basic summary. So basically, what we do is, what our hope is to create an entrepreneurial safe space for the youth to grow and cultivate their own ideas. So basically, we believe that when you're young and you're in your adolescence, the most important thing is to be in charge of something, be labeled as a president or CEO or a founder,
and be empowered to actually create something and don't be like put down.
Yeah, it's like the confidence that propels you to do stuff. So our hope is to create an app, which we already did, and we created a basic simple app, but now we're making a more advanced app. So we have a simple app that people can actually like do our whole idea. So yeah, so our hope is to continue this, and then after we can make this platform for people to share their ideas and basically learn through a curriculum we'll provide, along with other investors to come in and support other entrepreneurial ideas. After we continue to make this app, our hope is to create like an actual physical place where kids can go there and have the proper materials allocated to them so they can grow as an entrepreneur and learn. So we'll have like, dedicated staff and other things like that. So after, we're hoping to have a subscription fee annually. And after we do this, that's basically our idea. Do you have anything to add on? And Bridget can talk about her marketing strategy.
Yeah, so we're planning on marketing to younger kids who want to be entrepreneurs. So we're probably gonna do ads on social media and then reach out to influencers who have content based on entrepreneurship and business.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So do you want me to, Roger, do you want me to give some feedback?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool. So would this be a place for people to, because I'm trying to think, like, would this be a place for people to meet like other co-founders or just anybody interested in entrepreneurship?
Well, it's really for anyone. Like say you have a business, but you're not sure, you don't know anyone at your school that is another entrepreneur. So you go online, you find another group of kids or a kid that has another company, and you can talk to them, connect with them. Or if you're just someone interested in helping out other ventures or a specific thing, say you like X and there's some project about X that you want to work on or help with or donate to, I think it's good if it's a platform for just about everyone who wants to get involved.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's super cool. And I know a lot of people who are looking for, I think you could even do, I love the niche market for like younger people, but I think this could be great for any age. But I think it's super cool that you're doing it for younger people. And I think that it should still be for younger people. I guess my only feedback would be for marketing, maybe marketing to, I don't know, and Paris and Roger and anyone else can chime in, marketing to parents maybe, because parents are often make suggestions to like their kids about what they should be into and stuff like that. Because I'm working for a company, I'm doing social media marketing for a company right now called Forward Educate, and we are building a college program for college students that is guiding them through money management, relationships, sexuality, all of the things that your parents are supposed to teach you about but never do. And but our social media is kind of catered to the students, but it's also catered to the parents, because the parents see it and say, this is something I want my kid to be involved in. And you can maybe market it to the parents in a way that like, this is a gift you can give to your kid. This is like a subscription fee that the parents can pay for, and like make your social media page or whatever a like family friendly, not family friendly, but like parental friendly, where it's like the parents see this and they go, oh my God, my kid would love this. And I'm so glad that they're involved in this, and I want them to be more involved in this. So that's a little bit how I'm marketing to like an audience that isn't really purchasing things for themselves yet. So yeah, I don't know, that would be my only feedback. Anyone else can chime in though if you have any.
I just wanted to say to that point, I think in the future, if we were to continue with this, having a feature for parents to be able to see what's going on, if there was a specific project they like that maybe their kid would like, there was a way that they could show it to their kid, or they could physically show it to them, or be some way to send it to them, or something along those lines. And the other thing I wanted to say is that the coronavirus has brought another level of complexity, especially for marketing, because you have to figure out, more people are online now than ever because of this. Like that's an advantage, but then I guess you have to find the right places to find the right people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a difficult, it's been hard and really easy. to do social media right now, because especially if I can, this isn't really political, but a lot of Instagram and that space has been dedicated to a lot of civil rights things right now, which I think is awesome and that it should be. But it's about like finding a balance where what is respectful and to post about. And I know you guys don't have anything right now, but just launching, just keeping mindful of that and keeping mindful of the things that you're posting, making sure it's relevant and current would be my advice.
Yeah, so our next process is hopefully to release our current app to a group of our audience, which is like our hopeful audience, which is like a younger group of kids who are in high school or maybe upper middle school, and then try to get input, because like you said, input is like the most important, like a very important part of a business. And then after that, yeah, we're gonna hopefully finish our advanced version of the app, and then release it.
Awesome. I love it. So who's building the app? Are you guys doing it?
The two, Karina and Armand are, yes.
Awesome.
I think it's really cool.
I might refer to you guys because we're looking to build an app. So I'll keep you in mind.
They have a prototype too, I think.
Yeah.
What program did you use, or do you just? I don't know anything about that.
So basically, we created a very basic app using a very what you should use like a website.
It was just like an app design website.
Like Marvel?
Yeah. What was it called?
I think it was like Adalo.
Yeah, Adalo. But now,
okay. Sorry. Now I'm just asking for myself. Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Now I'm programming it through Swift, and so it's like a programming language that Apple released. So
to make it.
Yeah. So it's more customizable when you actually get to code it. So yeah, that's what we do.
Nice job.
Thank you, guys. Is there another group that would like to go, and especially one of the few that didn't go yesterday for Krishna? Yeah, there were two groups that did not go yesterday, so. Yeah,
come on, one of my skiers. You're brave.
You guys are quiet today. I know it's like the middle of the week, but we got to wake you up. I told you I will give you a dance class if you can't wake up on your own, so don't make me go there, please.
I can do it. I do it with my kids. We stand up, we get the wiggles out.
Mm-hmm. We're about to do some push-ups in a minute, guys.
Come on, guys.
Tommy, your group.
I'm sorry. I called out the skiers, guy. I'm sorry.
Well, why me? Why'd you call on me?
Because you got good stuff.
So basically what we want to do is we want to make almost like it's a movie streaming thing, but like for your home, for like during COVID, people that can't get to the movies, people that either way just don't want to go to the movies. You can rent movies that are in theaters right now that you can't get online, Amazon, all that. You can get it at home. There will be like a basic subscription. There will be a premium, like you can pay extra to get extra benefits and stuff. You can order snacks. There's perks you can get. That's basically the idea. It's just like, long story short, like a movie streaming that you can't get anywhere else for a better price too.
That's awesome. So like a movie experience, but in your home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can add on to that. It's and then the same group. So basically, we actually just decided on the name. It's called Lux Movies. So you can watch movies that you can't normally find on Netflix and anything else, which I think really sets us apart from other movie and show streaming platforms. But in addition to that, we also have an option for a virtual reality headset. We kind of have to figure out the budgeting around that, but if you have the premium membership, you can have a virtual reality headset and just watch the movie from there. And yeah, so I think Nick can tell you more about like all of the intricate parts of it and all that, but yeah.
So basic subscription will cost probably less than $10 a month. You'll be allowed to stream a wide variety of movies with a maximum of 3 allowed per month. We might we might add like a partner with maybe like a Uber Eats or something to add like a snack delivery service, but that's like still in the wind for now. For premium, we're gonna make like somewhat similar to Google Cardboard headsets where you can like insert your phone in, and then you can buy an app, watch kind of like a movie with you via virtual reality, and so I think that'll be interesting.
Also, I thought I would, sorry, just jump in for a second. For the snacks thing, the general idea is, I don't know if you know what like GoPuff is or things like Uber Eats. Basically, like, you know, you would get it reasonably fast, like you would in a movie theater, for example, because you'd be there.
That's awesome. I love that. That was my suggestion. That's why I was nodding along for Nick, the cardboard headsets with your phone. I thought that's such a good idea. I think that's awesome. That was my only feedback. I mean, I think you would do, you just do similar marketing to Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that through social media. I think your only difficulty would be getting like the rights and stuff from movie theaters. I don't know how much you guys have looked into that yet. I know this has been 3 days, so but I think that would be one of your like only difficulties with it. I think if you pair it with like a GoPuff sort of service, that it would be really awesome. I don't know how much other feedback I have. I think it's a really cool idea. If you guys have any questions, yeah, let me know.
Yeah, also to answer Paris's question, she was asking if we've been able to talk to any potential customers and how ours compares to other platforms. Ours is significantly cheaper than other platforms like Hulu and Netflix, and it offers a lot more more exclusive movies that you can't see on other platforms.
I know this was brought up, and I don't know if maybe we like filtered this out at some point. But at least one thing we were talking about was that you know, because in theaters certain movies are streaming, and they stream before they're released on other platforms. So that was sort of an idea because, you know, now not as many people are going to theaters, and even after, a lot of people aren't going to be willing to risk theaters. So it sort of helps to replace that experience.
I think it's brilliant timing. Yeah.
Yeah, timing is everything, you know. So I would have to agree. It's not just a good or bad idea, but does it make sense for today and who you're trying to reach? And it absolutely does. Yeah, I love it. I would use it.
I would too. I never go to the movie theaters because I hate it. But I like watching movies.
I just put in the chat, I was wondering if you guys have any ideas of how you'd start approaching any potential movie theaters or anyone like IMAX theater, people like that. How would you partner with them?
We haven't really thought about that, but I feel like it would be better to like cut out the middleman entirely and just go to the producers themselves, because like a movie theater is probably not going to want us trying to like get rid of their business, because we would probably kind of like be a somewhat opposite for them, so they'd probably just try to do anything to stonewall us. But I think we've just went to kind of like go directly to the producers, it might have a better outcome.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Amazing, guys. I love it.
Thank you.
Another group that did not get to go yesterday that would like to pick Rebecca's brain. Atul, and did your group go?
I don't think we did. So our idea is kind of like a healthy fast food option. It's like a healthy McDonald's. It's called Health to Go. Our mission is to create an opportunity for people to have to have access to healthy fast foods that can cater to people with dietary concerns, as well as help fight climate change with sustainable packaging. So that's kind of like our plan. Are we supposed to share anything else?
You're good. Yeah, it's just like a little overview. That was perfect.
Yeah, that sounds super awesome. Do you have like any idea of like some of the things you would serve? I think it's a great idea. I'm just curious as to like if you have any ideas yet.
So we would we definitely want to include like yogurt cups, because those are low caloric and also but filling. We would like to include salads in sustainable packaging, but we would also like to do stuff like sandwiches with like meats and stuff like that.
We want like everything to be organic and non-GMO and all that kind of stuff.
And we would probably also have like vegetarian options for meats as well as just normal meats.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's super important. And I think people, I mean, if you open like a physical store in the right area, like, I think people would be all about it. I mean, especially in Philly. Philly's a great place to open something like that. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't have much more feedback unless you guys have any questions. I think it's a great idea, and I need to go to McDonald's less, so I'm all for it. I'm excited for all of these things to happen. My life's gonna get so much better. I'm gonna go to the movies even more, of my own home, and I'm gonna have entrepreneurial spaces for all my peers and stuff.
I love it. I'm wondering when you guys do like Happy Meals and all that, or maybe call them healthy meals. I don't know.
Oh, I like it.
Can we steal that idea?
Yeah, little celery toys and stuff. I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah, I heard they took away Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. Now he's like healthy. I mean, he's all like
Cookie Monster now or something.
Vegetable.
So
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah, some things just shouldn't be tampered with. I'm all for health. I'm like, come on now. Yeah, celery monster, but it happens. Cool. All right, who's next? Definitely my goal today is for every group to get to present, because yesterday you didn't. So got 2 more groups to go. Bridget, did yours go yet?
Yeah, we went.
Awesome. Anthony, actually his stuff is not working. Elliot Brandler, did your group present?
Yeah, we went yesterday.
Oh, I mean, did you guys go today yet?
No, we didn't.
Cool, you guys are up.
So pretty much our product is like a household device that it composts like excess food waste. So you pretty much put your extra food in there and it grinds it up and makes it more easy to compost. And our like target audience would be people with large houses and backyards that, you know, could just put it in and bring it to their yard super easily. And our goal is pretty much just to make composting accessible to everyone. Yeah, if anyone else has something to say.
Yeah, so I think we're trying to make it eco-friendly, so using eco-friendly plastic and stuff. And I think the overall purpose is just to kind of make it easier for people, because not many people compost, and it's better for the environment if people do compost. So we're just trying to make it easier for maybe just for everybody. Yeah.
That's awesome. Paris said she was so excited for that, and I was like, Paris is gonna love that, because Paris says compost, and I should compost. Oh, there's a bunny in my backyard. Oh, I'm so distracted. I'm sorry. There's a bunny. But I should be composting because we do have a garden, and I think I'm just seeing like beautiful, beautifully edited graphics on your Instagram of like information about composting, and you can be like a really educational company. You should look into Drink Reveal on Instagram. If Paris, I think Paris, can you put that in the chat? Can you look that up on Instagram? Yeah, thank you. They do a great job. They're a sustainable food company who is from the Biota Institute, Sheetal and Zuri. And they do a great job of informing while also selling their product. And I think that is something that'll help you guys a lot, because I am more likely now to buy Sheetal's products because I'm more informed about it being an issue, if that makes sense. Because like composting, I don't know all the benefits of it, so I don't know if I would buy your device yet. But if you do well enough marketing that shows you how important composting is for the planet, I think you totally have a market there. But
I would agree. I think too, if you guys are doing learning about communications, or if you're going into college, take 1 or 2 communications classes and marketing classes, because you're disseminating that information to people. And then also, if you guys think about any service or programming that can go along with the physical product, are you guys going into schools and talking about composting? Are you going into workplaces and talking about composting and doing workshops while also providing a product? That could be interesting and could bring longevity towards what you're doing as well. And active marketing, workshops and stuff. But I'm excited. Totally. I hope you guys make it.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I love it too. And I think you could play with the packaging of it, the colors, the materials. So, yeah, you can make it real chic, different options for people's like interior. So I can see it in people's like bathrooms or kitchens primarily, but very cool. Last but not least, who was group number 5 that did not go yet? Hayden, is it your group?
Our group already went.
Who did not go, guys?
I think all of them went.
It might be the shoe company. Wasn't there a shoe one? Or did they already go?
You said the shoe company?
Yeah, wasn't someone doing like a shoe website?
Reselling.
Oh yeah, with the refurbishing it, yeah. Well, where are you guys? She's absolutely.
I think my sister's in that group.
Yeah. Gia, come and present, please.
I don't think anybody else in my group is gonna say what we do, so I'll just explain it. Basically, what we do is, if you're familiar with like the huge shoe marketplace, it's like a huge trend where people resell their shoes and get a lot of money, but people are looking for different platforms to do it. And right now, like the main market is StockX. And I just learned all this, so I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But before that, it was Go. And we want to create a different marketplace, which includes mystery boxes. And that's something that people want combined in one place. And I think that people went from Goat to StockX because major influencers were starting to use StockX because StockX started promoting to them. So I think if we just sent shoes from our company to different major influencers, we could have a big chance in making this market big. And another thing about it is that we'll make profit because 10% of each sale that people make will go to the company. We'll get 12.5% of each of the sale, but 2.5 of the actual sale will go to donating shoes to third world countries. And then also we'll make money by when buyers buy their first pair of shoes, they have an 8% fee for their first purchase, and then the fee goes away. And then just a little bit more information on mystery boxes. They're basically, it's kind of like the casino system. People just put in money to a different like raffle basket kind of, but you're not sure what you can actually get. And it kind of brings suspense and excitement to the thing. And people just keep buying stuff because they think they have a chance to win, but ultimately we make more profit. And it's able to be accessed through points earned by purchases and sales made on the website.
That's awesome. I think the idea of a mystery box is, unless someone else wants to chime in. Okay. I think the idea of a mystery box is such a good idea. I mean, you see companies like, I forget what that makeup company is that does the mystery boxes where so you'll get something, but you're not sure if it's the thing you'll want. Is that what you're saying for the mystery box?
Yeah, they like, it's like, for example, if you have like a brand, like, I don't know what big brands are right now, but it'll say, oh, this basket is for this specific brand and it'll have this many items in it, but it's like lower than the price of what an actual, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So then
Yeah.
ultimately people are just going to keep buying it because it's like basically the casino system.
Interesting. Yeah. I think that's awesome. And then it's for shoes, you said?
Well, it's for shoes and like really popular clothing.
Cool. Yeah. I think there's an Instagram market for that, just because I get ads on Instagram for that a ton, and I'm just personally not that into fashion or shoes, but I think Instagram ads is a great way to go about that. Yeah, I don't really have any other feedback other than that's super cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love it. So guys and girls, as you know, today was just like a quick overview, but tomorrow it's going to be really cool because they're going to present their slides to me and I'll give them some real feedback. And then Friday, you guys are more than welcome to come and see them present in front of all their friends and family. So I'll make
Awesome. What time is that at?
2:30 on Friday.
2:30 on Friday. Awesome. I'll put it in my calendar.
Well, thank you. And I'll definitely put you guys invite email. I'm about to send out after today too. So
Awesome.
yeah, this is incredible. Can we please give Rebecca and Paris a round for being here today?
Thank you.
I
Thank you
love
guys.
it.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. And if you guys do want to put your emails in the chat, if you're interested in that.
Yeah, of course. Anyone is welcome to contact me if you guys have any questions.